Indiana. The ball is up, and we are underway, and good news for Oklahoma as they start on defense. They actually didn't give up any points before the tip this time, so starting on the right foot. Indiana, as we talked about, their well-balanced offense. Mackenzie Holmes, who said she's playing a lot more healthy with that break, gets the first look, but it rolls off the rim.
That's an interesting matchup between Holmes and the freshman Williams for OU.
See Indiana already sticking to the assignment. Oklahoma usually getting a shot off in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock, but they'll wait for that one as Skylar Vann is able to put them on the board first.
Both of these teams like to run spread offenses, a little bit different styles, but versatile players overall. For Indiana, they like that 4-out with their shooters and Holmes in the middle.
Sarah Skaya in and out, almost tipped out by Chloe Moore McNeil, and here comes Tots, who struggled in the first round against the Florida Gulf Coast, was able to really run her off her line. Sahara Williams going at the All-American and Mackenzie Holmes. Tot losing a shoe.
And they will not stop play for that. Tot will try to get it back on, and she does, partially.
Leah Tot, the 5'3" senior out of Columbus, Ohio, leading the charge as Indiana now on the board.
2 times going inside to Mackenzie Holmes, the All-America for Indiana, so great in the paint.
Stepping out, Williams, the freshman phenom, that just dropped in the breadbasket.
Nobody wanted to grab that basketball on the rebound.
Garden Garzone said, I'll take that. Top of the key, 3, back iron. And Sahara Williams able to bring down that rebound.
Just keep your eye on Tot when she's able to catch on the move, push pace for Oklahoma. They are much better.
Couple of miscues on the first couple of tries outside for Vann, but definitely effective from outside. Shooting 40%. Early dish outside. That's money by Sydney Parrish.
And we've seen Indiana. They've gone inside a couple of times, taken a couple of outside threes. That is their game. Parrish taking a charge right here, getting a foul drawn at the defensive end and making that 3 at the offensive end. Getting the crowd into it here. You see the range. A good closeout, but just deep range for Parrish.
Getting things done on both ends of the floor. As you can see, the Hoosiers from 3. So many weapons from the outside nationally. Have the best 3-point field goal percentage. As field goal, as you can see, Mackenzie Holmes couldn't get one over the outstretched hands of Beatrice Culleton.
There you go. Yeah, that first 10 seconds, Oklahoma is really dangerous in the first 10 seconds of the clock getting down the court. In the locker room, and to us, Coach Moran talked specifically about transition defense and how critical that's going to be today.
20% of their points, Oklahoma, as their points come in fast break as well. Being able to push it up the floor, very important, as you mentioned.
Yeah, 20% of the points scored, but also 60% of their shots are in the first 10 seconds. That's an unbelievable number.
I know you like numbers, so
yeah.
That's just glaring off the page.
In fact, numbers right now, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Let's see if Indiana recognizes it. Trying to post Tot up inside with a mismatch.
Garzone back iron. Mackenzie Holmes off the glass, and I tell you what, she is playing inspired.
Absolutely inspired. She did not like the way the season ended last year or this year.
Block on that in. Second in the program. 4th nationally, but the cleanup underneath by Vann.
One of the things Oklahoma has to do is rebound the ball really, really well. Vann only 3 rebounds Saturday in that first round game.
Saw a lot of blocks from Indiana in their first round win. That was over Fairfield, had the 33-point win. Had 10 blocks to add to that as well, 1 shy of their program record.
Good rebound, just a mismatch inside with the height.
Chloe Moore McNeil able to be relentless underneath the rim, draws the foul. She'll get 2 free throws.
Well, you can tell that the game plan is to isolate Nevaeh Tot, who is 5'3" tall, #1 for Oklahoma, on the inside, to post her up, utilize the size advantage that Indiana has.
Lily Meister will check in for Mackenzie Holmes, as Chloe Moore McNeil will step up to the free throw line. The first year that she has averaged double figures in her career, as she knocks down the first one. The senior out of Greenfield, Tennessee, has 1 more year left, has declared that she'll come back, along with Sydney Parrish.
Stepping into that point guard role after Grace Berger graduated last year. She has been tremendous at that point guard position.
Mishandle at the top of the key by Lexi Keys. Here come the Hoosiers. Chloe keeps it, and it rolls in.
That is the focus we have seen from Chloe Moore McNeil. Saturday, she was really great. Great decision-making for her team.
Jump ball possession will stay with Oklahoma, as they have a couple of substitutions on the way.
Yeah, inside to Culleton, who's the backup post player at 6'3". She's got some size, but Parrish playing a little bit of inspired defense out there early.
Aubrey Jones and Kennedy Tucker check in for the Sooners. Looking for it, waiting, and how about the look underneath?
Just so many weapons, I think, for Oklahoma, and they are masters at reading the defense. That's one of the things that Jenny Peronchek teaches, is read and react. Very, very tough to defend if you don't play against it often.
Blocked underneath. Not sure who that goes to, but protecting the paint is what Indiana does.
Well, it has been IU NCAA tournament records.
Close to a steal. Also mentioned Skylar Vann not on the floor for Oklahoma. They score underneath as well. She had 8 of their early 10 points. And Aubrey Jones, who checked in just 1 possession before the timeout, is on the board now.
Oklahoma will go 10 deep. They play a lot of players. They have good depth.
Skip pass that is deflected by Peyton Verhulst. They'll get it back underneath at 16 on the shot clock.
This has been a good start for Oklahoma compared to yesterday. Down by 15 in the first quarter. I thought they had a great first 5 minutes.
Taking some time to get it in, top of the key, Sarah Gunt. As against Tucker. Mackenzie Holmes tied up, and this one should stay with Indiana now. So another substitution. You talked about the depth for Oklahoma. Kirsten Johnson checks in this time.
Oh, they have thrown 4 different people at Mackenzie Holmes already defensively. Johnson is the 4th.
8 on the shot clock once they get it in. Garzone was asking for the screen, has the Euro stripped away.
Rania Scott played really well yesterday. That is a great defensive play, and again, at pace.
Wow.
Yeah, that was 6 seconds off the shot clock right there, or off the 30-second clock. They get it down in a hurry.
6 seconds, 4 passes, crisp. Off the bounce at the rim. Parrish able to get it off the rim. So draws the foul. 2 free throws on the way for Parrish.
So if you're guarding Scalia, you want her to put the ball on the deck, and also with Garzone, those shooters, you got to make them dribble. But great defense by Scott, and again, they rim run, get down the floor fast, share the basketball.
Knocks down the first. And well, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships, both drained by Sydney Parrish. Still a 2-point deficit for the Hoosiers. 6 in this arena was in the second round against Miami.
Again, the bench for Oklahoma, the Sooners are very solid with their players that play extended minutes off the bench, and that's Scott.
Kinsey Holmes asking for the ball, relocates.
Oklahoma playing really good defense, man-to-man. They worked on that, guarding the shooters.
Mahomes taking advantage of that single coverage.
Yeah, it has been single coverage for the most part with Oklahoma. It's been about 50-50, I think.
Turnaround jumper, back iron. Pulled down by Sydney. Texas Bargesser saw the lane, took it, hesitated, blocked at the rim. Wow, Kirsten Johnson.
That was a lot of contact, too. I love Bargesser and her ability to get inside. She's so strong, willing to take it inside against bigger players and make something happen. I think that's a foul. I think it's a body foul going up. She blocked it cleanly on top, but definitely contact below.
Parrish, another one.
Parrish has just been looking for her shot. You see that range.
That got the crowd going, and that silenced them.
That was Jones again. She was good at the end of the game. In round one, she hit a critical shot. One of the many Jones sisters that we've seen come through the NCAA tournament over the years.
Able to catch up with the parents after the game as well. Kinsey, one bounce at the rim. That's why she's an All-American.
Yeah, and I think right now Oklahoma is trying to guard her with single coverage. Last couple of times down, she has just manhandled the defense. Good rebound.
The mark there, but the activity for Kirsten Johnson, creating second chance opportunities, reset shot clock. We do have a whistle, and we'll see what this goes against.
They called 3 seconds, I believe, in the lane right there. I thought the ball got knocked away possibly by the Indiana players, and that count might have started over, but apparently, no.
And here we are. A couple of substitutions later, and Indiana gets the ball. A little bit of confusion of who's supposed to go off the floor. That would have been a technical foul there.
Yeah, it is so loud in here. Again, it is full. It is a wonderful environment to call a game and probably to play in, but hard to hear.
The line was wrapped around the building an hour before tip. The 5th best attendance in the nation. There will be a foul assessed against Indiana. They'll give it back to Oklahoma.
Now it's on Holmes just for an illegal screen right there. Trying to get Parrish open. I'd be trying to get Parrish open too.
93 seconds left in this first quarter. Tied at 19. Mackenzie Holmes with her first foul. A lot of activity underneath. Van, who had a very efficient start, had 8 of the team's first 10 points. Chloe Moore McNeil.
Good transition defense.
Wow. Look at the bodies around Mackenzie. This one's going to go to Oklahoma. You think they're not thrilled about that one?
Mackenzie Holmes, we saw her effort Saturday, and we're seeing it again today. She is playing possessed with so much energy and just loses it out of bounds right there.
That was one of the keys, as you can see some of the family on hand. For Indiana, they said we have to rebound. It was a drill that we saw, not just in practice, shoot around, a little bit in their warm-up today too. About 35 rebounds per game, and Oklahoma at 43.
Just a poor pass right there by Todd. I think she expected KJ to slash to the lane and didn't.
Last minute of play in this first quarter. It's been fast-paced, both sides.
Mismatch down low.
Tripped up.
And that foul's going to go against Johnson.
So that'll be her second, team's 4th. As Kirsten will take a seat on the bench.
Not in the act of shooting, so baseline out of bounds.
Bounce pass underneath. Amendola able to get it off the rim, but can't connect. About a 6-second difference between game and shot clock as Nevaeh Tot looks at her team and says we're going to settle for one shot. Oklahoma has 16 points in the paint. Inside touch, Van steps up, short on the shot. They thought it was tipped, it is not. IU gets it back.
I think it was tipped a little, but that's so hard to call. Get the ball in the hands of Chloe Moore McNeil right now. She's so dangerous, and OU's going to pick up full court. They do not want her just to dribble it down and get an easy look.
7.3 left. It was an errant buzzer at the table. We play on. 1 left, and they're not going to get a shot off before the first period.
Today we had 12,700 here in attendance. We're expecting a number like that again today. And that was her goal. She had the vision. I want to grow this game. I want it to be like the men's game, thought of like the men's game in the NCAA tournament, often have a winning program.
And what I loved about what she shared as well, she said during that 2018 season, the men weren't playing, so everyone had to come and visit. 3 ball, how about that one off? Peyton Verhulst did not have a solid game in round 1. Coach Bronchek said we're challenging her to be a bit more efficient. That's a good start.
Great play right there. Isolation, just can't miss.
Relentless. Sydney Parrish on the second try.
Parrish now, I think, with 10 points in the game. She has started off aggressive.
10 points. The only player in double figures.
Well, she's one of those players at 6'2", got a pro body, has size, can go inside, outside, and she's making an impact.
Chloe able to track it down, looks ahead. Sarah Scalia, who had 27 points right now, sitting with 0, only 2 attempts, but Mackenzie Holmes says it was going to work, right?
Well, she had this matchup early in the game against Sahara Williams, and it's just a reminder, Sahara Williams, a freshman, 5 feet 10 inches tall on the inside right there, number 32, matching up with Holmes. It's because of her physicality that she could do that.
Picks up her second foul there, so will be checked out. Sitting on the bench.
Well, they have elected to guard Holmes one-on-one in this game rather than double rolling down and risking an open shooter.
No team has led by more than 4 points. Their zone sends it back. 4 on the shot clock. Do they know? Chloe pulls it. Backdoor cut. Lexi Keys couldn't finish. Physical game, bumps everywhere. It's like bumper carts. Chloe Moore McNeil didn't like the look at the rim against Beatrice. So right now, Oklahoma really making IU set up in their half-court set.
I like how Chloe Moore McNeil talks to her players, gets them ready to go and set up, and takes over when she needs to.
Cross-court pass. Sarah Scalia with 5 on the shot clock, off the rim again. So 0 for 3 start for Sarah.
And this is where Verhulst is dangerous, getting the rebound, able to push tempo.
I love the cues that they use, the communication, nonverbal, as Van all but had that go down. It's been quiet since the start of the game when she started with the first 8. Parrish in and out. IU 2 for 8 from distance.
Van just can't get it going outside, and she is really a nice shooter. And again, a momentum scorer.
Mackenzie Holmes blocked at the rim by Van. Oklahoma able to corral it.
I like that they're letting the big players play inside. Fans don't like it, but I do.
Not going down for Van, but on the cleanup, Beatrice Culleton.
Culleton has just been a beast on the boards here. Got a couple of offensive rebounds, and not show up in the stat sheet, but she's got her hands on a couple of balls.
A couple of substitutions coming in for both sides at the next buzzer.
Again, one-on-one against Holmes on the interior.
You said it, different looks, everyone getting their assignment against Mackenzie Holmes. She's taking advantage of it.
Well, she has been guarded by Van, Culleton, Johnson, Williams, and they are doing their best to contain this 7-time All-America player for Indiana. Terrific footwork, absolute terrific post player. Really, really hard to guard.
Averaging 20 points, shooting 67% from the field. In and out. Been fun to watch the cross promotion and coverage of the men and women in the NCAA tournament. My bracket is torn up, thrown in the trash. I have nothing to add for the tournament. Just been fun to watch.
It happens, right? To the best of us.
Backdoor, that happens. Aubrey Jones, so instinctive.
Yeah, read and react. Again, that offense that Jen Baranczyk teaches. And she teaches trust your instincts. Take what the defense gives you.
This is the first time these two teams are facing off in program history. Hoosiers also meeting their first Big 12 team in 4 seasons. Blocked at the rim again. Beatrice, as you mentioned, has been the X factor.
Yeah, she has been really good, and she's been that way throughout the season. In Big 12 play, came in, gave great minutes off the bench, but she has nice size, and at 6'3", she's a good post player at the offensive end, but playing some inspired defense.
They average about 4 blocks per game. Already sitting at 2, able to knock that one away.
Oklahoma plays a zone defense on out-of-bounds plays and then switches to man, and it has been trouble for Indiana to read that.
Left alone outside. Too much physicality in the paint.
How can that doesn't ever happen. Like, there could never be too much physicality in the paint. For me, like, hacking and holding, yes. But just physical pushing, I love that.
Roy Goban said, I don't like that physicality. So that's a foul.
You can't do it right in front of the official, though. Like, when nothing else is going on. You gotta wait, and, you know. There has to be action away. Got to be crafty.
That's the 3rd team foul for Oklahoma in this quarter. 0 fouls for IU as we're approaching the halfway mark of the 2nd quarter. 4-point lead for the Sooners. And 7 on the clock for Indiana.
Good job switching by Oklahoma. Again, a rush shot. And nice hustle by the freshman, Allen. .25, Landry Allen hasn't played much in conference play or postseason play, getting some minutes today.
Chloe Moore McNeil saying we're going to slow this race down a little bit.
And Coach Moran said that she wanted to play at pace but didn't want it to be a track meet. They have played more half court than I think I expected Indiana to play today.
And they're looking for some points. They have been over their last 6 tries. And that helps the drought.
Yeah, Parrish taking advantage of her size again. Over Jones right there.
So that was
Juju Watkins. She has been so much fun to watch. Those 4 are 4 of the 5 first-team All-Americas for the AP poll. It's pretty exciting to see 2 freshmen on the top 5 All-America list.
It's amazing to see it, and you know that the game is a good hand. So you start to think, wow, Angel Reese, she could come back, does she? Caitlin Clark declaring for the draft. But the game is in great hands. You can see the fans ready for it. Still up top, Raina Scott, pick 6.
Raina Scott has really given terrific minutes off the bench, whether it's scoring yesterday or today. Just her defensive effort and making plays. Oklahoma getting on the boards too. Both of these teams with quite a few offensive rebounds.
Saw a little bit more coverage on the inside against Holmes. That one knocked away.
Yeah, Landry Allen, again, that freshman getting very little playing time during conference, maybe over the last 2 months. She played in non-conference quite a bit. They went 11 deep with the Sooners. She's had a couple of key plays here.
That's the fourth turnover for the Hoosiers. Oklahoma out rebounding IU just by 2, 22-20. Holmes gets it underneath, in and out.
I would like to see Holmes maybe keep her dribble and go a little bit harder at Landry Allen in that situation. I think taking a little hook shot is letting Allen off the hook.
You can tell both teams like to light it up from outside, but struggling to this point, only knocked down 2 apiece. Oklahoma shooting 22%, IU 25. Chloe.
You can see Moore McNeil's second guessing, maybe taking that three-point shot early on. She was taking it, decides for the 2 this time. Terrific job. Again, runs her team so well. Decides when to distribute, when to call her own name.
Never looks sped up.
No. Great composure.
Two-point game again. Oklahoma holding on to the lead. Less than 2 minutes to play in the half. 9 on the shot clock. Jones kicks it out. 3 left. Misses the mark. Here comes Sarah. They can take the lead here. Terry Moore making sure everyone's on the same page. Maybe out of that coach's box just a tad.
She is not happy on the sideline. Slammed her hand down on the table over there. Wanted something from her team that she did not see. I think she'd like to get some easier looks. I mean, Oklahoma is really making them work hard for looks.
Scalia's first bucket of the game in rock star fashion. Indiana takes the lead. A minute left to play in this half. Offensive foul. Sydney Parrish once again.
Well, Parrish has taken a couple of charges. Got a couple of fouls drawn against her. Terrific job by her. Got the 12 points. There's Sarah Scalia lighting it up, blistering hot. Yes, sir, Saturday. Gets a big shot there. And how about this defensive play? I'll tell you what, she's fired up today. That's a great, I'll tell you what, Parrish and Scalia and Garzone, those 3 players, their addition to this roster 2 years ago has helped them offensively and defensively with their size.
Skylar Vann putting on the moves.
Yeah. There goes Skylar. You know what? Oklahoma needs to establish presence in the paint. They did that early on by getting many points in the paint. They had 20, I think, leading 20-15 at the last break. They need to continue that with Vann.
Vann in double figures with that bucket. She has 10. Oklahoma has the lead. 15 on the game clock, 9 on the shot clock. Sarah, same spot, looking to create space.
Better defense.
Tucker all over her. The heave, 4 seconds left. Top, heaves it. At the buzzer, just short. Gives the smile, because they have the lead.
The kids, all the coaches' kids were crying in the first half because they were down by 15 in that game against Florida Gulf Coast, and a lot happier today.
And you can see the kids dancing at the top level. You know you're in a good space. Both opening attempts for both sides, no good. Indiana had an interior touch. Their first trip down the floor. So Scalia had the big 3 right before the half close as Mackenzie Holmes, a little bit of a magician on that touch.
That was really terrific help by Nevaeh Tot coming over to double team in the post. And Mackenzie Holmes does a really nice job of splitting the defense. And you might call that luck, but this lady has taken that shot thousands of times, and I wouldn't call it luck.
Not at all. Not when you have the amount of reps that she has. The program scoring leader. And second in blocks, second in the Big Ten in scoring.
Yeah, that foul right there is going to go against Parrish, who is trying to get around Sahara Williams down low. Trying being the operative word. Sahara can take up a lot of space, and she is tough to get around in the paint.
It's hard to really look at Sahara and say, that's a freshman.
Yeah.
Quick release outside, no good.
It's going to struggle for Peyton Verhulst. Just one field goal today.
Was the Big 12 newcomer of the year, first team all Big 12 as well. Still looking to get going. Stripped underneath, Garzon couldn't handle it. Van.
Interesting looking at the statistics as well. Indiana with no fast break points. Remember, Coach Moran talked about wanting to play with some pace, but haven't been able to get anything easy in transition here today. A testament to the defense, really, for Oklahoma.
Five on the shot clock, Chloe. Lane open, she took advantage, but couldn't get it to fall. Oklahoma has the advantage in the paint, a foul. And that will be an offensive foul.
It's the third foul right there on Williams on the interior. You see how she just bowls the defense over. Indiana just 7 for 20 on their layups in the game today.
Doesn't help. That's a big part of why OU has the 24-18 advantage in the paint. Sarah Scalia just sitting at 3 points after having a 27-point game in the first round. And another foul underneath. They're saying this is against Mackenzie Holmes. So that will be her second.
Holmes just trying to slow Van down to get into the paint. Van's such a great rim runner.
They can get it back court.
And still
plenty of time.
Yep, plenty of time. 23 on the shot clock right now. They like to run this little set right here, let their two post players go to work.
When in doubt,
pull the trigger. Van has not shot the ball well in this game, but that's the kind of shot she's capable of knocking down.
Van 6 for 13 in this game, does have 12 points, the only Sooner in double figures. On the other side, Parrish and Holmes with 12. Parrish looking to build on it. Back iron, and it's just been a struggle, a fight, clawing in the paint for Holmes.
The Sooners are contesting everything that Holmes puts up on the inside, and that may look like an easy look, but they are getting a body on her. And again, throwing different people at Holmes every time down the floor. Hard to find rhythm when that happens.
She'll be subbed out due to the 3 fouls. Tied at 32, Todd outside. A struggle for her, but Sahara Williams able to get the board. She'll get 2 free throws.
Sahara Williams is that kind of player that she is so athletic and she's got such a terrific body as a freshman. Look at the position she gets. Look at how high she gets on this rebound. And I mean, she has still got so much ceiling to reach with her skill level.
3 double-doubles on the season. Well, tonight on ESPN, the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship second round continues with Kansas squaring off against #1 seed Juju Watkins and USC. All games are also available on the ESPN app.
And 2 free throws right there for Williams. She was 8 for 10 on Saturday, so good free throw shooter when she gets to the line.
Shooting 73% on the season was a big part of how they were able to find their way back into the game against Florida Gulf Coast. Garzon takes the bump. She'll get free throws as well.
With Mackenzie Holmes out of the lineup, now you have some different options on who to post up if you're Terry Moore, and they have Meister in there, but also Garzon, number 12 from Israel, makes a play. Yarden Garzon is one of two Garzone players that are in the United States playing. Her sister plays at Oklahoma State. Lior is also up there behind the bench on the second row. They both have played on the national team as well. And Yarden also has a twin sister, Yuval, who is in the IDF, and it has been a tumultuous time for that family this year.
But we know that her family is watching as Skylar Vann able to clean up on that end. She's been relentless on the boards. Going back to Garzone, a 6-hour difference. We were told the last game that that is the only game that they are streaming right now. As Garzone, back-to-back possessions where she's been fouled, and we'll see free throws.
Garzone is technically a guard out there, primarily a three-point shooter. But when Mackenzie Holmes was out with injury at different times in the last couple of years, she has been moved to the 5 position. Very comfortable there, and 2 times down makes something happen.
So knocks down the first of the pair. Sure you stick around as well. We have UCLA and Creighton. That'll be next on ESPN2.
Bunch of free throws this quarter.
At this point, you have to get it any way you can. Both teams have struggled from the field. 6 points apiece for them in this quarter. Vann asking for the lob over the top.
What a pass and what a catch. I mean, Beatrice Culleton isn't going to take that shot outside, but when she can use her size to throw a lob pass inside to Vann, and Vann has hands like she does, that was just tremendous.
So Lily Meister will come up with that foul. We have a substitution as Mackenzie Holmes checks back into the game. Reminder, she does have the 3 fouls. What a story Skylar Vann is, the senior who had no D1 offers.
Yeah.
She committed to Temple, had no choice, said, I really didn't understand what I wanted to do, and was able to stay home and live out her dream and play for Oklahoma.
Yeah, it's unbelievable that come signing day, early signing period of her senior year, nobody had offered her a scholarship.
You hit the nail on the head. You've seen a lot of free throws in this quarter.
And that'll be the 3rd foul right there on Culleton. So 3 players with 3 fouls for Oklahoma. Culleton, Verhulst, and Williams.
There's been 10 fouls in this quarter alone. Sarah Williams will check back in. Kirsten Johnson, who had some very good minutes in the first half, will check back in as well. The sophomore out of Duncanville, Texas.
You look at bench points, we talked about who's checking in right now. OU with 15 bench points, no points off the bench for IU, and you wonder how the depth for OU is going to help down the stretch.
Well, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Mackenzie Holmes knocks down the free throw. 1 possession game left alone in the corner. Not a good idea. Lexi Keys drains it.
I think that's the first time we have called her name in the first or second round as far as 3-pointers, but she is deadly from out there.
1 for 4 now from distance. Mahomes back-to-back points for Indiana. It is a track meet to get back. But back-to-back threes, this time Jones in on the party.
And the track meet is not what Terry Morin wanted to see. She wanted to see pace, but not a track meet. Oklahoma is really comfortable in a track meet.
And they saw that in the first round against Fairfield as well. Definitely spraying it out on the 3-point line. Terry Morin said, that team prepared us for this matchup. Garzone going at Lexi Keys, coughs that one up.
Here they come again.
Kick out. Foot on the line. Long 2. So Lexi Keys knocks down another.
And there'll be a timeout here for Indiana. Oh, maybe not. Look like, yep. She wants to get control of this game before it gets out.
Made their last 4 field goals, the largest lead of the game. That led to a timeout for Indiana. Terry Morin has not been pleased on a few occasions with her team. The level of execution. Oklahoma on the defensive end, short shot clock again. And a foul on this play is Sydney Parrish, and a couple of bodies on the floor for IU. Still in the tournament.
That is a terrific looking starting 5 right there. They're going to get some good time, I think, in the WNBA. Great additions. Be fun to watch how Caitlin Clark transitions into the WNBA and what she's going to do for the Indiana Fever. Lynn Dunn, obviously the general manager for the Fever, who was also Coach Terry Morin's head coach at Purdue when she was in college.
Said one of the most impactful people in her life. Talking about how they surge, but also, can you think about Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark together? 2 of the best fan bases in women's basketball. Six-point game. Indiana looking for some points. Just 1 for their last 7. That will end that one. Time and time again, Chloe Moore McNeil steps up for her team.
Yeah, and they really needed that, and it was a nice, easy shot. Didn't overcomplicate it. The key for Indiana right now is to keep their composure and not get too tight. After that loss last year and being down right now, you got to keep your head about you.
I love what Terry Morin told her team. She said it's not about the script, just because of the 3 seniors that are playing their last game here. She said, Oklahoma's not just going to allow us to have this script where everything falls into place. We have to take it. Well, we're not entitled to anything.
Here's what they have to take right now. 8 for 24 on layups is IU. So knock down a few of these layups. This is not something you can do consistently in a tournament game. Teams are too good.
This is the 4th consecutive season that IU has hosted with the 4 seed. They're 2 and 3 in the 2nd round. Their best finish, the Elite 8 back in 2021. This crowd is on their feet, hoping for a bucket here. Holmes, deep seal, underneath and gets it. Welcome to the Assembly Hall. Sahara Williams barrels her way to the rim and gets it.
That is just brute strength right there. Putting the ball on the deck and just shaking my head.
Chloe bucket.
It has been Moore, McNeil, and Holmes that have really been doing the most damage here in the 2nd half for Indiana.
Blocked at the rim. Mackenzie Holmes, emphatic.
She is like, no way, not in my house. If I have anything to say about this today, this is not happening again, so don't come in here, I'm protecting this rim.
Had 4 blocks in the last game, 10 overall for the team.
Yep.
How about the Sarah Scalia looking at the crowd was a big part of getting them on their feet the last game as well.
Yeah, Sarah Scalia is a pretty quiet player, usually an introvert out there, number 14 in white. She's been quiet today shooting-wise, but it's only because she hasn't had a lot of room to shoot. They have been like glue on her all day long, switching on everything defensively.
You got to credit Kennedy Tucker, who has definitely been trying to hold down the senior in Sarah Scalia.
Chloe Moore McNeil wanting to take advantage of her size against Tot.
Less than a minute on the game clock, 9 on the shot clock. three. Short. Rebound. Garzon, nothing there. Fumbles around. Gets it back. Top of the key. Scalia can't get that one to rim in. And a foul will go the other way against Oklahoma. You got some good looks there.
Yep, 9 for 26 with those layups. And here comes Oklahoma continuing with the substitutions, bringing fresh bodies in. Sarah Scalia would like to have that one back. That is definitely not out of her range to take that shot. Keep shooting.
Last game, Indiana shot 38% from the three-point line, knocking down 10. It's a little bit.
Colleton just a 55% free throw. Oh, Forrest going to shoot it. Well, it was away from the ball. Another one of those things I've missed. You're supposed to hit me when I do that.
I was looking like, wait a minute, I don't think that's the one. I wanted to be correct
what
with you.
What are you talking about, Andrea?
So Kennedy Tucker, that number 4 is at the free throw line now as Aubrey Jones, with just 34 seconds left on the game clock, will check back in.
And Tucker shoots about 65% from the free throw line.
Ball for 17 on the season, transferred from UNC after the 2021 season. Just had 2 points in round 1.
I feel like we should hold pinkies too, like the
This is nice. Nevaeh Todd, who averages about 7 points per game, hasn't been really called on to score much in this tournament. Has a turnover at the top of the key. Van went flying almost to the bench. 11 on the game clock. Time ticking. Stoppage of play. If it's a foul assessed here, free throw should be on the way for IU.
Yeah, the foul's going to be on top right there. She's trying to keep Meister from getting down low. 6'3" against 5'3".
Not that big of a difference.
Nevaeh Todd. Such a trooper out there.
Brings that one in, 71% from the free throw line this year. Comes from a family that is known for basketball as well. Kurt and Angie, her parents played hoops at South Dakota State. 3 seconds on the game clock. Top of the key 3. Just off the mark. Peyton Verhulst couldn't get that one to fall, as it's just a 2-point game. But Oklahoma
percent from 2 and 23% from 3. 3 for 13. So good job by Oklahoma, I think, switching on everything, trying to keep control of Holmes on the interior, and finding those three-point shooters.
That was something that stood out to you. Their defense throughout this season is definitely taking an uptick, as Mackenzie Holmes able to come down with the rebound, and here comes Indiana on the offensive end. That defense we talked about, can they get a stop here?
Again, single coverage inside, and she has gone to that left hand, and you see Van that got whacked in the face right there. That's just a really nice look by Holmes. Holmes has those really quick moves on the interior, good hands, quick feet, and Van on the other end of the right hand on that left-hand shot.
And because she was reaching for her nose, we don't see that she needs any help off the floor, but there is going to be,
yeah, just got the elbow right there at the end of the play.
Officials taking a look at it to make sure that there was no egregious foul above the shoulders. So as they look at that, hopefully we have an answer for you right after the break. The NCAA Women's Championship is presented by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Welcome back to Assembly Hall. Well, right before the break, the officials went to the monitor to check to see if there was an unobserved elbow that was taking place between this bucket, Mackenzie Holmes going against Skylar Van. You can see her reaching at her nose or face. She was able to walk off of the court. Both players are still on the court. It does not meet the criteria for an intentional foul. So Oklahoma will get the ball underneath, and you can see Roy Golbayan having a conversation with Skylar Vance. She seems to be okay, and as we see on all the banners here in March Madness, for it all, you just leave everything on the court. It's been a physical game.
It has been a battle at both ends for these teams, and Indiana really yet to get going with their three-point shooting. Again, that defense of Oklahoma has been great.
Parrish went for the steal. Sarah Williams made her pay.
And unafraid to go in there against Mackenzie Holmes, the freshman again, shows that she is very powerful in the paint.
And here are the shooting numbers. We talked about that slump you men, averaging 51% from the field. Best in the country coming into the tournament. Tonight, just 33%. Parrish has the advantage inside over Todd. Rims that one in.
Yeah, great read right by Parrish. A little bit of a broken play last time down, but saw the mismatch.
Todd outside, and still Ofer.
It's been a struggle to shoot for Nevaeh Tot here in the last couple of games and this weekend. She is normally a pretty good three-point shooter, but more used to shooting in rhythm, like in this transition game, catching from the inside out plays, and just hasn't been good just straight up with her feet set.
Final frame of basketball, tied at 50. Holmes, again the touch, sends it back out. Parrish slides into the cheerleaders, has to get back. It's a 5-on-4. Is able to recover, but not before she bumped Aubrey Jones at the top of the key.
Oklahoma has not been afraid to continue to take it at Indiana here today. And Indiana's a solid defensive team. One-on-one, they play good man-to-man defense. They help well. Oklahoma has been patient against this defense.
Three ball again by Jones. Knocking down her third of the game. Perfect from outside. The question coming into this ball game, even Baranchek said, how are we going to handle the noise? Well, when you knock down shots, you keep the crowd out of it.
Well, this is Jones, and again, the bench for Oklahoma has come up big today, and Jones hit a big three earlier. She plays spot minutes here at Oklahoma. She started her career at Iowa State. We saw Iowa State play Stanford, and
what a game.
Aubrey Jones' sister play in that game.
Not sure how, but it did. Holmes sends that one home.
Well, this is Mackenzie Holmes' house, and she has been pushed and prodded and double-teamed, and it has been tough. And she has just made play after play.
Holmes with 21 points, 6 rebounds. Chloe comes down with a rebound and literally pushing her team in transition.
She knows it is important for her team to get down the floor. She has control of this team.
Oklahoma outscoring them 13-0 in fast break points. It's another thing that we haven't mentioned much is the defense in transition for Oklahoma. Williams wanted the foul, nothing there. Here comes Garzone. Sarah at the rim, gets it to go. They reclaim the lead. Verhulst off the bounce, scoops it. Wow.
Verhulst is creative, and we have not seen that much of her here as of Saturday or today. She's capable of that.
Had 11 points in the previous game. Has 5 right now, just 1 for 6 from outside. Had some English on that one to get her second field goal of the game. Garzone, one of the 5, averaging double figures for Indiana. They've needed every single point for her. She's sitting at 5. Oklahoma with 9 on the shot clock. Tot didn't get the angle, but she did draw the foul. Gerzon will pick up the foul there. And that'll be her second personal.
Just a hard drive right here by Tot to the rim. I think that's just a body foul right there. You know, Gerzon loses her defensive positioning on the one-on-one move and just gets her body into her. The fans always want to look at the blocked shot part, but there's a lot of body down low.
It's a lot of people that play in their driveway and not actual regulation basketball. Nevaeh Tot at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Drops that one in for her first point of the game.
And quiets the crowd who is screaming air ball to her. That's a senior for you out there. Shoots 70% from the free throw line. Knocks down both of those. Those are big shots.
As we mentioned, the crowd here, over 12,000 fans in the building. Capacity at 17,000. You see people up in the rafters, and they played Texas, they played Iowa State on the road as well. Been able to pick up wins. Can they do it here to advance to the Sweet 16?
Good defense by Keys right there. Terrific job getting over the screen twice.
Scalia. We're grown accustomed to seeing her from outside.
Yeah.
What makes her a baller is that she's able to draw the contact.
Yeah, Sarah Scalia has been a three-point shooter since she probably came out of the womb, but she has to put it on the floor right there with Keys guarding her as well as she did. Keys has been a huge addition from Oklahoma State as a transfer to Oklahoma this year. But that was just a better offensive play by Scalia.
Well, you said she might have been shooting coming out of the womb. I know that she's been around the game for a very long time if she can get this picture with Maya Moore.
How about that? Yeah, Sarah Scalia and her family had courtside tickets for the Lynx for quite a few years when she was growing up, and that's her hometown hero, her favorite player in college and in the pros.
Ripped away. Skylar Vann, they're actually going to say a jump ball. Wow. It's hard to decipher between the crowd for IU and Oklahoma at this point. Who's cheering for who? This bobbled around a little bit.
Yeah, just a quick whistle right there, it looked like.
That's how I feel. Buckle up. Less than 5 minutes to play. 1-point game. Indiana with the advantage. Holmes in and out. Top with the rebound. Oklahoma with just 9 points in the quarter. Vann outside, 3 ball, wide left, and it's going to Indiana. So Aubrey Jones picks up the foul there, just her first. 3 fouls for OU, 2 for IU. Gerzon up top, then wide left on 3 of her attempts at the top of the key.
Well, Oklahoma continues to contest shots, and they're not giving easy open looks. They're always running somebody at the shooter. Nice move.
Perfect blocked by Mackenzie Holmes. Another jump ball. This one staying with Oklahoma.
Mackenzie Holmes has been a powerhouse on the interior. You see, Vann wanted this all the way, beats her to the middle. Holmes just recovers. And Oklahoma coming with 3 subs back in. And again, just keep track of the fact that Oklahoma is using their bench a lot more than Indiana.
Chloe got caught on the screen. Sarah Williams snatched that like a bully on the playground.
And she just came in off the bench, so fresh legs. Hasn't been in the game for a while. She's going up against Holmes on the inside, trying to keep her out of that paint position.
Senior against freshman. Senior with the advantage. Bodies everywhere. Sahara Williams gets fouled on the play. There's a lot to unpack there.
Well, it was a really hard screen to start with, and Sahara Williams used the screen at full speed here. So you see Verhulst with the screen, and then just a foul right there that they called on Chloe Moore McNeil. And again, that aggressiveness from Williams. We saw that in the game in the first round that was so choppy. I thought Williams was key in that game as well. She just stuck with plays, utilized that big body of hers, made things happen, got to the free throw line for some easy ones.
You could see Coach's daughter on the sideline was crying yesterday.
Yeah, she was crying earlier today. This tension of this game is so much for a young person. She's been screaming her head off over there. So is Jenny Baranchek's husband, Scott.
I think she was screaming at everyone yesterday during that game. Reminds me of the daughter on Remember the Titans. You love to see it. Contact there. Sahara Williams knew that that one was displacement. So her fourth foul. As we look at a couple other players that may be in some foul trouble.
Oklahoma in that zone. They usually go zone defense on a baseline out of bounds and then switch it to a man.
The next foul for Oklahoma will put IU to the free throw line in the bonus corner. No good for Parrish. Aubrey Jones was saying bucket or nothing.
And that's just the Jones mentality. And again, we talked about the fact that her sisters played as well. Obviously, Aubrey is the one at Oklahoma right now. Her sister playing at Iowa State. Her other sister was Big 12 Player of the Year last season, Ashley Jones, and a draft pick in the WNBA. They played a lot of ball together. They're not intimidated by anyone.
On the other side, Chloe Moore McNeil picks up her fourth personal. She's still in the ball game, 2:32 left. Just another day in the park. Mackenzie Holmes with 25 points. Career high 33. Approaching the 2-minute mark, just a 2-point game. Oklahoma looking to build on this lead. Scott, nothing. Look at the smile still for Coach Baranchek.
She knows how important it is to continue to keep her players loose, not get down on themselves for a missed shot.
A lot of help comes from the weak side on this one. Lexi Keys will be called for this foul.
From the get-go, Mackenzie Holmes has gone to work on the interior. It has not been an easy day for her. Again, multiple bodies thrown at her. Now Oklahoma fronts her, looks to go get her hand on the lob, but she has been steady on the interior.
So the second personal goes against Lexi Keys. That foul also puts the Hoosiers in the bonus, so free throws the rest of the way. Mackenzie Holmes rolls that one in.
That's 26 points for Holmes, 16 of those coming in the second half on 7 of 11 shooting, and a number of free throws that have been critical.
Over 2,500 points for Mackenzie Holmes. And this crowd is feeling it as we're tied at 64. Up top, Fan. And Aubrey Jones couldn't track it down. So here's what's at stake. The first appearance in the Sweet 16 since 2013. That's for Oklahoma. For IU, the third appearance in the Sweet 16. And Terry Morin And they feel it as they take the lead. 1 minute, 15 left. IU hoping for some redemption from being upset in the second round last season against Miami. Turnover. Roy Golbayan is actually U4 for Oklahoma. Indiana regained the lead off that Holmes bucket. Indiana also in the bonus. I think they take as much time off the clock as possible. Sends it back out to Chloe. Eight on the shot clock. Gerzon, money ball. Skylar Vann, back-to-back turnovers. And you're starting to feel it. Foul in the backcourt. Sarah shooting free throws. So Sarah Scalia at the free throw line knocks down the first, makes it a 3-possession game. 25 seconds left. Sahara Williams as well as Beatrice Culleton with 4 for Oklahoma. A timeout will be called, and Sarah's feeling it. Playing through so much. Has battled injury the last few seasons.
For Oklahoma right now, they have all 5 players can shoot the 3. They need a quick 3 or a very quick 2 as well.
They had 4 threes on the night, 4 for 24. Vann gets it, drives baseline, blocked. Actually, a foul will be assessed. Not a lot of time came off the clock. Great look for Vann.
Yeah, just about 3.5 seconds off the clock right there. So that was a great quick look for Oklahoma. And that's what you got to do. You take a shot at the rim if you can. Again, good job of beating her defense to the spot under the basket. And you can complain about it being a foul or not a foul, but got a little bit of the arm right there. I like that aggressive move.
Skylar Vann at the free throw line, 77% free throw shooter. And so they're checking the time. That's what the holdup is for before they give the ball to Vann.
The clock will be reset to 22.4.
So it was initially 21.5, but they're saying it's going to be reset to 22.4.
It's reset to when the foul occurred. So a couple of extra ticks right here, all in Oklahoma's favor.
Knocks it down. And with 17 points, has been perfect from the free throw line tonight. And overall, this team shooting 70% from the free throw line. Gets 2, and the advancement for IU.
And a timeout to talk about things. And for Oklahoma right now, they're going to need to foul all 5 of their players that are on the floor right now. Nobody has 4 fouls, so anybody could foul. They just need to figure out how to hopefully keep the ball out of the hands of Sarah Scalia, who is a 90% free throw shooter. Look to foul somebody that isn't quite as deadly from the free throw line.
Sydney Parrish shooting 78, Chloe 79, close to 80%.
Yeah, Gerzon's in there. She's a 64% free throw shooter. But if you can't choose who you're going to foul, then you just foul the first person and you hope for the best. And obviously you're going for a steal here first. So you go for the steal, then take the foul as quickly as possible.
two-possession game. Oklahoma down 4. Indiana in the bonus. Sayers gets the ball, and that was who you did not want at the free throw line.
I'm sure that she was intent on getting the basketball. You put Saraskalia that far away from the ball coming full speed ahead. It's hard to slow her down. Just 9 points for Saraskalia today. 1 for 5 from 3 after that 5 3-pointers in the first game, in the first round. And again, the officials will go take a look at things over on the sideline.
And an extra timeout, essentially.
Correct.
So Oklahoma still has 3 left. A lot of time on the clock. Just a two-possession ball game. Saraskalia will get 2 free throws. Both teams in the bonus.
And if you're Oklahoma, you try to extend the game as much as possible. So again, free throws here, get the ball down the floor quickly. If you're not going to call a timeout, have timeouts left, so 3 of those.
So we have 4. So for Verhulst, we actually have 4 in our book. At the table, they say they have 5. So the officials just making sure that it all adds up.
Well, and if you recall, right before that play, I had just said that nobody on the floor had more than 3 fouls at the time. So our book showed that she had 3 before that foul, so that would have been her 4th. But the official statistics could also be wrong in our stat broadcast. The official book is obviously the paper book over there.
So Angela Inland actually came over to confirm and see what we had here. At this time, though, some extra time for Saraskalia to be thinking about these free throws. Hasn't had a great shooting night, but free throws, she's been able to step up and knock them down. 4 for 4.
Indiana is using this timeout to talk about things, make sure everybody's on the same page for the last 21 seconds here. Oklahoma a little more concerned about what's going to be called. I always like the previous where everybody's huddled up, continues to talk about the game. Obviously, Verhulst, if that's her 5th, she's one of those players that is so deadly, or dangerous, I should say, in a situation like this.
Terry Morin is saying, hey, we got to speed things up here.
Yeah.
An extensive amount of time.
We've seen
a game that was so quick towards the end.
We've seen a little bit of everything with Oklahoma in these, over these 2 games.
When's the 30 for 30 coming? Well, while they try and figure out who's in and who's out, let's take a look at the bracket. South Carolina, the #1 overall seed, had a very convincing win over North Carolina, had a 37-point lead at halftime. That is who they are waiting to see in the Sweet 16, IU Oklahoma. Who will it be? Saraskalia will step up to the free throw line.
Yeah, the official just signaled to me, put her 4 up, so.
Alicia Grintner making sure that everybody is on the same page, quite literally. Connects on the first.
You can't ice Scalia.
Not when there's ice in her veins.
No.
Gets them both. So they will elect for the timeout and advance it up the floor. 21.1 left in the 4th quarter.
We will see more of this. So Oklahoma right now, they're going to draw something up. And again, they're the type of team that will take a 3. They had worked on their 3-point shot today, out of bounds plays for that. But I wouldn't be surprised if they get a 2, that they go for a 2 either and just continue to try to extend this game as much as possible.
So even with the 2 free throws, reminder everyone, this is a 2-possession ball game.
Correct.
So a quick bucket. Do you go for the 3? Do you go for the 2?
I think you go for the 3 if you can get it early, if you're Oklahoma, if you get an open look. Certainly Keys is somebody that has made critical threes late in games multiple times this year. So number 15 in red, really keep your eye on her on the out-of-bounds play. But with 21 seconds, you know, anything can really happen, and you take it to if that's all you can get.
Let's see what they've drawn up. A look at the rim, quick bucket, just short. Skylar Vann gets her own rebound. Can't connect. Do they foul? They do. A little bit of extracurricular underneath. Skylar Vann wanting that last possession back. Kate Verhulst walking over.
It's a good look right here for 2. And again, you could have gone for 2 or 3. Just had your opportunities there. And it's been a game like that today. We have seen a lot of contested, physical, missed layups on the interior.
This could ice it. You know, we've talked about Sarah in her first round performance, Chloe and her impact, Mackenzie Holmes, but how about Sydney Parrish?
Parrish came out firing in the first quarter, really got her team off to a good start offensively, and then it's just been a battle here as they extend their lead with those free throws. And again, we'll get a timeout. Jenny Baranczyk is not one that is going to just let the other team walk the ball up. She is going to continue to try to get some quick, easy shots, extend this game. 8-point game right now, 3-possession game.
The number 4 seed, Indiana. As we can look at, the Sooners in the last 2 years have been trying to get over the hump in that second round, losing Notre Dame and UCLA. Can they change that tune? The same play, quick bucket by Skylar Vann.
I know you now taking that timeout. It'll be a full timeout, so they'll have time to talk about this. Just a reminder that Verhulst has 4 fouls.
So what is it all for? In the back of their minds, Indiana playing with so much fuel this season, saying they didn't want to have the same taste this year. This is their loss to Miami. And a last bucket. Just not enough down the stretch. Garzone able to knock down a quick one there. That was to get the lead. And how about this one here, the last bucket at the rim. And they were not able to score after that. The number 9 seed, Miami, gets the upset. They advance, actually had the program best advancement to the Elite 8 in that season as well. Indiana saying we're going to leave that behind us, but allow that to fuel us.
It has fueled Holmes today. She has come out with a vengeance on the interior. She did not want to be crying after this game.
Sarah able to get the ball on the baseline, just so quick as well.
Yeah.
Savvy with creating space.
Yeah, she has been tremendous on these out-of-bounds plays, finding ways to get herself open. So she is the one shooting the free throws.
So Top picks up the foul there. That's her 3rd. Verhulst, as we mentioned, with 4. Sahara Williams has been on the bench as well. She has 4 in and out for Sarah Scalia. Still a 2-possession game. With 1 timeout left, they elect to push it up the court. Tot with the last second heave. Skylar Vann can't roll that one in, and that will do it.